See, I'm not that greedy. There is somebody who can do better than me. For example, say Atarangi Re. You have to trust a maker's intention when he's talking about mental illness in a film like Atarangi. Oh, Raanjhanaa was all about stalking. It was not.
It was not.
If they didn't like Zero, they didn't like Zero. And I accept it. I'm showing a girl who smokes and drink, and still, as a director, I'm not judging the person.
her.
I think that's what Katrina did. She didn't doubt herself at all.
Is there a thought rather to make a third part to Tanu Weds Manu?
Definitely a big man like Shah Rukh Khan, because I don't think he's all about just films. He's much more than that. Those were the brilliant years of my life, making Zero with Shah Rukh Khan.
Hello everyone, welcome to Shosha. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with Mr. Aanand L Rai. Hello sir.
Hi, how are you?
All good, all good. सबसे पहले तो sir, I'm very curious. Have you read Hindi pulp fiction?
I remember Hindi pulp during my travel days from Delhi to Aurangabad.
Train में.
ट्रेन में. And मेरा कॉलेज था वहाँ पे. And from Delhi to Manmad, it was broad gauge, and then from there it was meter gauge.
Okay.
Railway. So I remember in the train, in that one bogie, I used to see at least 5 to 7 people reading this Hindi pulp, Hindi novels, which they bought from the station. And they used to exchange in between. Ki mera ho gaya, now you read it. You know, in the train it was happening. And what I feel that Hindi pulp is, chahe wo abhi maine nahi padha ho, but it becomes a part of your DNA. So maximum people who have traveled by train has seen people reading it, or they have seen it. You know how you have those 1 hour, you reach station 1 hour before,
Right.
Standing on those small stall where these novels are there, and you just flip few pages and you read those 2 pages also, and it's so intriguing.
It is.
With its whole loudness, they catches your attention, whether they are characters or the story. And yes, so it has been there with me for that number of years.
Wow. So, sir, I mean, हमने जब Haseen Dillruba, the first film when we watched it, it was like a pleasant surprise, you know, because we haven't seen anything of that sort, you know, happening in mainstream cinema. We were taken aback, but I personally, I was just blown away with it, you know, so I had to rewatch it for the second time because I was like, no, I need to take it all in. I want to know, आपका क्या reaction था when you had first read the script of Haseen Dillruba?
Right. So when Kanika got this script to me,
Yeah.
my instant reaction was that we have to make this. That was my instant reaction. It took us a couple of years, but before going on floors or finalizing on things. But I wanted to stay with this. I never wanted to let it go.
Okay.
I was very sure that it is very unique in terms of its storytelling. And our audience in last 1 decade or so have not seen something like this. So that uniqueness, you know, caught my attention, and obviously that grain of Hindi pulp in it.
Ji.
So I was very sure, and I told Kanika, let's make this with all conviction. Let's go ahead and make it and pitch, get those colors right, you know, those emotional color right, which goes with Hindi pulp, and those visual, we should be able to create those visuals जो इससे पहले हम लोगों ने नहीं देखे.
बिल्कुल. मैंने एक इंटरव्यू में पढ़ा था कहीं पे, प्लीज करेक्ट मी सर इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, बट यू हैड सेड दैट द स्क्रिप्ट वाज लाइंग विद अस फॉर सम टाइम एंड वी वर, you know, pitching it to different directors. What took it so long actually to, you know, to come alive on screen?
The problem was not with the script. It was to decide on the size of the film. You know?
Okay.
At times, as makers, you go more ambitious. And you try to, because you are in love with the story so much that you wanted to mount it in a very different way. You know, you always want the best for it. But as you say, story chooses its own space, its own size. So that happened with us. It took us a couple of years to understand where it belongs, exactly how to make it. exactly, what should be the take of a director on a film like this. So all this took couple of years, but yes, it never left us. It was never like, oh, nahi ho rahi, chhod dete hain. Nahi. It was always sticking in us that let's make it. अगर ऐसे नहीं है तो ऐसे हो जाएगा. So that's a job of a maker to get everything together and set it up. And as I said, unique stories take a little longer to mount.
Sure. Was there ever a thought though, because you love the script so much, it was so compelling, that should I direct it? Should I give it a shot?
See, I'm not that greedy. But yes, one thing is there. The first instinct, even if I'm listening to a script as a producer, I tend to visualize it. I tend to, get into that space कि हाँ इसका emotion work कर रहा है. So you frame it for yourself.
Right.
But very next minute, I have that objectivity with me where I know that there is somebody who can do better than me.
Okay.
But yes, do I want to be part of it? Yes, I want to be part of it. Do I want it to happen in front of me? Yes, I want. I want to be a contributor to it. I want to be connected to a film like this. So that's where this, a producer in me was born.
Right.
So basically, I'm a director who runs a production house. So here are the films which I know that there are other directors who can do better than me. Better I should produce it and be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, having that objectivity, I think, is very important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
You can't do everything.
Sure.
You can't do everything. It can be a wish, but to know this, that yes, there is somebody else for it, and I can contribute in a different way by producing it, being part of it.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard this a few times that, why was Haseen Dillruba, why did the decision, to release Haseen Dillruba theatrically did not come about. But do you think a film like Haseen Dillruba could have had a theatrical release?
Why not? There is, I personally feel that there is not much difference between viewers and the audience.
Okay.
There's not much difference. It's on us how we. There might be a bit of change in the take of a director when you want to come to theaters, or you want straight away go to an OTT platform. There is stories are beautiful.
Yeah.
They are always beautiful, and we always want to listen to good stories.
Yeah.
So I don't think there is any difference between, but even if you're going straight to OTT, you have to have a good story to tell them. And same goes for theaters. But a take, you should know before you start shooting that where are you going? Are you going to theaters or are you going for
OTT?
It's a difference of take. It's nothing to do with the canvas or the size or the, mounting of a film. It has to do with the take of a director, how he wants to
The sensibility,
capture it,
right?
how he wants to capture.
Yeah, I actually brought this up because I think the first film I'm talking about created quite a noise because of its violence quotient. So I am assuming that putting it out theatrically might have been difficult.
No, then we just saw Animal there.
That's true. That's true.
Again, so it's not. On the contrary, you can say there was so much of violence that it could have gone to theaters.
Yeah.
You really don't know what.
Then the spectacle angle you're talking about. Yeah, I get it.
So the only thing which I have understood with time, and I'm not sure whether it makes that much of sense.
Right.
But cinema, when you talk about theaters, it requires a certain kind of involvement from the audience. Are you involved? What is happening? Whereas for an OTT film, what is very important is the engagement.
Yes.
Are you engaged?
Yeah.
I don't think there is much difference in these two, but for a maker, they are two very different things. are you involved? That is, for me, it's theatre. Are you engaged? At least that much is required for OTT.
Yeah, very true. You have said that Phir Aayi Hasseen Dillruba is crazier. Oh, what made you say that?
I think we wanted to take a leap
Okay.
from 1 to 2, you know, from Haseen to Phir Aayi Hasseen. And the only way was by going little more crazier than before. I think we have been able to do it with the story also, with the direction also. And I think actors were more tuned in. They were more confident about pushing the envelope this time.
Sure.
And I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah. You know, there's a line in the trailer of Phir Aayi Hasseen Dillruba that says that वो प्यार ही क्या जिसमें दीवानगी और पागलपन ना हो. And I was thinking that, you know, this is a theme that is sort of universal across all your films, like directorials I'm talking about.
Right.
The kind of love that we see, it's very raw, you know, be it your Tanu Weds Manu or your Atrangi Re for that matter. Does this raw edginess of love really fascinate you as a director?
What I really search for is that man-woman in every story. You know, a man-woman where, when I was making Tanu Weds Manu, a man-woman was different from Raanjhanaa.
Sure.
Raanjhanaa was different from Atrangi.
Yeah.
Atrangi Re is very different from Haseen Dillruba. So when you see Rishu and Rani, and it was so beautiful, like when we are talking arranged marriage turning into such epical, violent love story.
Yeah.
We had never seen before. Very happy-go-lucky people coming together and looking like a volcano.
Yeah.
You know, so that was something, and that is something which keeps on. Somewhere I search for this, I won't say offbeat, but every time I need to relish some newer love story in my films. Yeah. Whether I'm producing or directing, I search for it. You know, or a certain kind of edginess, you know, or a certain kind of, how to say, like how Tumbad happened to us, like was like such a fantastic capture of greed. Can we see greed in a story like this?
Yeah.
You know, so again, what I keep on going for is that, can I bring a new story on the celluloid? Can I bring that?
Yeah.
Can I bring the new relationship we have? What has been not captured yet.
Yeah.
So that search is always on.
Yeah.
You know, becoming a producer was that, how to say, the hunger was this, getting associated with all the stories which are, you know, if I can't do it, I will produce it and be part of it. Whether it is Tumbad or Newton or Shubh Mangal Savdan or Phir Aayi. So it was all about getting into. So it is very exciting.
After Haseen had released, this was 2021.
Yes.
Right? I remember speaking to Vikrant Massey, and I remember back then the internet was polarized. Okay, on one hand, people loved Haseen Dillruba, and on the other, there was this other section of audiences who felt that the film, in a way, was trying to glorify, let's say, domestic violence or toxic love. Of late, that conversation has snowballed into something different, you know. As a filmmaker, sir, do you think, what's your take on actually films having this moral responsibility of changing society? What's your take on this?
No, I feel that every director, every filmmaker has to abide by it. But when I say this, please understand that when you pick a story, like for example, say Atrangi Re, you have to trust a maker's intention when he's talking about mental illness in a film like Atrangi Re. It can't be a film on mental illness because it is not that. But as a maker, you have to understand when I'm getting on the floor, I'm going with those positive intention of capturing something for the sake of the story and to entertain my audience without, how to say, कि यार मैं उस mental illness का मजाक उड़ा रहा हूँ. It is not that. You have to believe the intention of a maker. That is required. So, yes, we have to be very careful and feel responsible for whatever we are doing. But that should be proportionate to the intention of a maker, rather than picking up a subject and saying, yaar, oh, Raanjhanaa was all about stalking. It was not.
It was not.
It was not. Because when I was making, it was not stalking for me at all.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have treated in a very different way. That's the reason. And I think the best way to measure this is the audience reaction.
Yeah.
They would have said that it is about stalking. They said it's about love. Because I think people closest to the maker is the audience.
Absolutely.
They give a correct reaction.
Yeah.
They give a very correct reaction. If they didn't like zero, they didn't like zero. And I accept it. And I learn from it.
Yeah.
I won't go for a reviews which are set to describe, okay, we are now going to review this film, and it's not one person's, understanding of a film. It is more than that. So as a director, when I'm saying I'm making a film called Tanu Weds Manu, I'm showing a girl who smokes and drink, and still, as a director, I'm not judging the person.
Her. Yeah.
My audience won't judge.
Yeah.
My audience won't judge it. And you also don't judge when we are doing the review.
Yeah. That
Don't
is true.
judge it.
Yeah. So, since you brought up Raanjhanaa, I mean, yes, a certain section of the, let's say internet felt that it was about stalking. When you read those things, did it ever occur to you? Did you feel like, इन्होंने तो गलत समझ लिया मेरे film को? Was there, ever this self-doubt, your conviction being shaken?
They didn't understand the film is fine.
Yeah.
I have no problems.
Huh.
My problem is that you are pushing your opinion on others as a statement. My problem is that.
That's not right.
You not liking a film is fine. It's fine. I saw this film, I didn't like it. I felt like this. But making a statement on this, that's wrong.
Yeah, right.
Then what will you say to the people who loved it? That you don't understand films?
Exactly. Speaking about Dhanush, you're working with him again.
Right.
And the last time I spoke to you, which was during Atrangire, was that you said, he's like my brother. And the equation you actually shared with him is beautiful, because Dhanush has also spoken about it,
Right.
in multiple interviews. What can you tell us about Tere Ishq Mein? What's happening?
So Tere Ishq Mein is like, for me, in 2012, 2011, after Tanu Weds Manu, I was very curious to know how a person like me deal with, a deal with tragedy.
Okay.
So Raanjhanaa, when Himanshu got that world to me, I was very keen because I wanted to see myself as a maker, making a story which is all about love and tragedy. Because coming from Tanu Weds Manu, it was all fun, good, my middle class, meri duniya, mujhe bahut maza aata hai. Raanjhanaa was another step,
Sure.
a different step. So now it's been like good 12 years from Raanjhanaa. Again, now this 53-year-old man wants to see his growth
Yeah.
in that tragedy.
Oh, okay.
It's a different story.
Yeah.
Whether it's more mature or not, that's for the audience and you to decide. But yes, I'm again hungry
Okay.
to go into that world, to see a man and a woman from a different light, and want to see myself dealing with it. You know, now we are in a different generation. Now I'll be talking to Gen Zs
Yeah.
who are not there then.
Quite a challenge.
Now I have to tell them a love story. So what I have to change, I have to change. I will do all my best to get accepted by them.
So you had said somewhere that this is like the Raanjhanaa universe.
Yes. I said it because of the kind of rage or the aggression and the passionate love which all belong to Raanjhanaa. Somewhere, it's a different story with those ingredients there. So that's why I said from the world of Raanjhanaa.
Yeah. Now, I'm just very curious as an audience. When you took this subject to Dhanush, because he has already done Raanjhanaa, was there ever this apprehension on his end ki what I might be repeating myself?
No, so again, after so many years of togetherness, I know that he's also he has matured more. He was a brilliant actor then also, and he's a brilliant director also now. So he's directing films, writing films, acting. So he has got a perspective. He is more sure about himself than anybody else.
Yeah.
He's very sure about himself.
Yeah.
So if he decides to do the same story again, he'll do it differently.
They do it differently, yeah.
So that's, I can say in a very positive way, that's the arrogance of a great actor.
Yeah.
That you give me the same script and I'll do it differently.
Yeah.
So that's not his problem. That can be my problem as a maker. Am I repeating myself? No, I'm not repeating myself. I know that. I know, as I said, I'm coming for the new audience, the newer generation. So I have to understand that so many years have passed on. And with every film, you have to keep on doing it.
Absolutely.
Every film, you know, now it's, I think audience is changing. It used to change after 10 years. Now then started changing after 5 years. Now it's every 2 years, you really don't know what, when you reach theaters, what will happen.
Right.
You know, new set of audience you will find. So this is for me. I know that I'm delivering it to the new set of audience, and I need a new approach. I need a new story.
Yeah.
So yes, Tere Ishq Mein is a new story, new approach, new way of storytelling.
Yeah. It's very interesting, sir, what you said, that it's my problem, you know, to give a different Dhanush to the audience. And I remember you had also said this a while back when you said that so Dhanush did not know Hindi, you know, before he did Raanjhanaa. And you said that's my problem, you know, I'll have to figure that out. I think there were two more instances where you gave a new lease of life, I think, to two actors. This is my opinion of it. I think one was Katrina Kaif in Zero, and the other one was Sonam Kapoor in Raanjhanaa, because these films truly changed the way they were perceived by the industry and the audience. They had a very different image prior to that. A lot of people said that, wow, you know, this is the actor Katrina Kaif that we never saw, or the actor Sonam Kapoor that we never saw, which I think was really good to see that also as an audience on screen.
So I always say that I'm really grateful to actors who come on board and start living my dream, because it's my dream to tell a story. And whether it is Sonam or Katrina or any of my actors, they actually, I find them. So the thing is that I never sit with them with the thing that, okay, you have a character. Now you have to do your best. This is a very difficult character. That's not my approach.
Okay.
My approach is very simple. This is the story. This is the character. I have been with this for some time, so I might know little more than you. But the minute you read, we can have a discussion.
Yeah.
Right? And then my thing is that मुझे कभी नहीं लगता कि I know ये character तुम्हें नहीं समझ आएगा. I'll tell you. No. क्यों नहीं समझ में आएगा, ये कहानी तुम्हें क्यों नहीं समझ आएगी. You will also understand. You're an intelligent person. So and specifically for Katrina's character, I was very sure she will deliver her best at that moment. For one reason, that the minute we told her about the character, the moment it reached her, she was already getting into that layer of, and never ever on the set it happened that we were off sync. We were always in sync. Because after 2 days shoot, she knew little more than me exactly how to go by it.
Wow.
And the only thing I wanted her, and I always tell my actors, and that's been my favorite line, give me a good shot, give me a bad shot, but never give me a fake shot.
Yeah.
Go all out. Don't doubt yourself. I think that's what Katrina did. She didn't doubt herself at all. And then there was the character which was always there in my head. Ki yahi thi.
Yeah, the right fit. Ekdam. Was there a thought, sir, is there a thought rather to make a third part to Tanu Weds Manu?
Definitely. Tanu Weds Manu is a kind of franchise which demands part 3.
Yes.
For only one reason, that those characters are so beautiful and they are played so beautifully by actors that they have gone little bigger than the story. So why 2 happened? Because 1, Tanu Weds Manu 1 was wrapped very well. The story was complete, but the characters were more keen to come out. There was little more with the characters. So that's the reason we were able to create another story. Same, once the part 2 finished, now we have Datto also.
Yes.
She is also there.
Yeah.
So these characters are asking for 3. The minute we have a story, the minute which these characters deserve a great story, the minute we have that story, we'll go for 3.
Lovely, lovely. I'm assuming we don't have much time. I just want to ask you one last thing. Sir, a lot has been spoken about Zero and Raksha Bandhan and the way, how they did not perform as per expectations.
Right.
And you have also agreed and acknowledged the same. I just want to give it a different take and ask you, you and Shah Rukh Khan especially had shared a great rapport, right? Do you think that when a film that you both had great expectations from, it was an ambitious project, Zero especially, does that somewhere affect your equation with the actor?
No.
No?
Not with an actor, a star, a big man like Shah Rukh Khan, because I don't think he's all about just films. He's much more than that. And I always repeat this, and I'll keep on repeating all my life, that those were the brilliant years of my life, making Zero with Shah Rukh Khan. Because it's not about just filmmaking, it's about understanding life. That's what I said. We are all about our films. When I say films, it's the time spent together.
Yeah.
Why we remember only films? Because those were the times we are, So with Shah Rukh sir, it is more of that man taught us about life in those many years.
Sure.
That it's so beautiful. And what actually, if you ask me the takeaway, how to be a fighter. That's what I have learned from him. I hope I have learned and I can apply.
Yeah.
But he's a great fighter. He's a magician in that. He knows how to bounce back. He knows how to create a path for himself. So yeah, but talking about equation, no, I don't think so. And a person like Shah Rukh Khan will never change his equations on a hits and flops.
Sure, that's true. Absolutely. Well, on that note, sir, thank you so much for this beautiful conversation. I'm looking forward to Phir Aayi Hasseen Dillruba Tere Ishq Mein when it happens, and Nakhre Wali too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Aanand L Rai, and you are watching me on News 18.